Today, we will tell you about the global plan for building a new world. The world will once again be divided in half. There will be two poles again, one in the west and the other in the east. What is happening in Israel right now is an essential piece of the puzzle without which a new bipolar world is impossible. And, of course, everything you hear is just speculation. So, on September 22, 2023, during a session of the United Nations General Assembly, the Prime Minister of Israel presented a plan according to which the new Silk Road will pass through the territories of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Israel. From Israel, goods will be transported to Europe. Israel will become a crucial transportation hub, earning significant revenue from this new trade corridor. At first glance, this plan may seem insane because it implies friendship between Arab countries and Israel. As we have seen, Israel has not been on friendly terms with the Arabs for the last 50 years, and we won't delve into the reasons for this enmity. We will simply note the fact that Israel and the Arab countries have not been friends. In this situation, building a powerful transportation corridor through Israel might seem illogical. But it's not as straightforward as it appears at first glance. Firstly, Netanyahu announced this plan in a Jubilee year, which occurs once every 50 years. Secondly, this plan did not emerge out of thin air. Important agreements were reached between Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco back in 2020. The Abraham Accords brought new contracts and investments, along with joint projects in trade, energy, and water management. Since 2020, around 1 million Israelis have visited the United Arab Emirates. Every day, Israelis save money and time by doing what they couldn't do for 70 years, flying over the Arabian Peninsula, with destinations in the Persian Gulf, India, and the Far East. The Abraham Accords have brought Arabs and Jews closer. As we can see, Netanyahu has presented a very realistic plan for building a new trade corridor from India to Europe. Note that this plan specifically involves India, not China. Goods will be transported to Europe from India. Goods from China are not planned to be transported through this new trade corridor. So, what will be transported from India? Today, China is the world's main production base, supplying the world with goods. In this new plan, goods that people will stop buying from China will be transported from India. These include processors, textiles, light industrial goods, and chemical products, among a vast array of others. In simpler terms, India is creating a new global industrial zone to replace the Chinese one. It may sound like science fiction at first, but let's look at the facts. In recent years, massive flows of oil have been going from Russia to India, while Europe is sending technology to India. Not just any technology, but cutting-edge technology. In 2024, Micron Technology Corporation is set to launch a silicon wafer production plant in the state of Gujarat. Additionally, 2 facilities for semiconductor production will be established in India by the Taiwanese company Foxconn. They will produce microchips for automobiles and telecommunications devices. The world is changing before our eyes. Global forces are creating a new economic miracle, an Indian one. India will soon become the largest industrial powerhouse, producing everything that the markets of America, Europe, and Australia consume. Indian goods will need to be transported to Europe, hence the creation of a new transportation route. India, the United Arab Emirates, Israel, and Europe, this is the path Netanyahu marked out with a marker on September 22. The plan sounded grandiose, but its implementation could have been hindered by armed groups entrenched in the Gaza Strip. These armed militants have been firing various types of weapons at Israel for decades. It began with mortars, and today it's rocket attacks. But the crucial point is that the Gaza Strip is located along the coast, which is vital for implementing the new plan. New seaports must be developed here. In other words, the armed groups, Islamic Jihad, and Hamas obstructed the new trade corridor. Until October 7, something incredible happened. The leaders of Hamas went berserk and sent their terrorists to kill Israeli citizens with exceptional cruelty. The Islamic Jihad group, it seems, disappeared. They are not mentioned in the news, they no longer carry out terrorist attacks. They just vanished. So, in response to Hamas aggression, the State of Israel has initiated an operation to clear the Gaza Strip. This is a very complex operation and is likely to last for several months. But as a result, Israel will gain control over the entire coast and can smoothly implement its part of the plan to create a new transportation route from India to Europe. Israel is currently in a difficult position. But within a year, everything will change. Investments and new technologies will flow into Israel. Netanyahu also mentioned this on September 22. He stated that Israel will become a center for the implementation of artificial intelligence-related technologies. This will lead to new factories, institutes, and investments. If the plan is realized, the citizens of Israel can expect economic growth, but it will not happen before a year has passed. But before we move on to the topic, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We will appreciate it and it will help to grow our channel. Now, let's examine the dates. Dates are very important because they are part of the history of the State of Israel. The Yom Kippur War began on October 6, 1973. It was the most important day in the Jewish calendar, Yom Kippur. 50 years have passed, and it's now 2023. In that year, Yom Kippur fell on September 24th. It's as if nothing significant happened on that day. However, just 2 days later, on September 22nd, Benjamin Netanyahu presented the plan for the new transportation corridor to the world. In addition, the Torah states that every 50 years, a shofar was blown throughout the land, announcing the arrival of the Jubilee year. On this day, those who had fallen into slavery were granted their freedom. If Yom Kippur is the most important Jewish day, then Yom Kippur in a Jubilee year is the most important of all. In 1973, on Yom Kippur, Arab countries attacked the State of Israel, and it seemed that Israel wouldn't survive. The situation was so critical that the Israeli government began developing the Samson Plan, which involved preparing 13 nuclear warheads to destroy the enemy. The consequences of such a move were unpredictable, both for Israel and the entire world. However, the United States intervened in the war, providing Israel with tanks, artillery, and ammunition. Thanks to this assistance, Israel emerged victorious. The Yom Kippur War ended on October 25th. Now, 50 years have passed again, and Israel finds itself in dire straits, surrounded by enemies. Once more, a North American ally comes to the rescue. Do you believe in such coincidences?